Beloved family, Mother Claire began, there is so much happening right now. I do not know where to start. I must declare the joy of the Lord is our strength, and He is with us, for us, and abiding in our hearts, even when we do not feel Him. And as a matter of fact, right now He is siphoning off graces and warm fuzzies from us to pass around to the unsaved, to draw them to Himself. So if you are feeling a little bit dead or a little bit flat in your prayers, that is one event that is going on right now. He needs a lot of graces because He is trying to draw more souls to Himself. What we are facing right now is in preparation for the wedding supper of the Lamb. Ezekiel had a beautiful wedding banquet dream, which we are posting right after this. And Jesus wants to strengthen His bride with consolations as we seek Him in our prayer times. It is truly a contrast to the grim events taking place in this world. But do seek Him out as the bridegroom, and be there to console Him for all He must do and see. First of all, I am asking you to pray so very hard that God will find another way to start a civil war and not use an assassination of Donald Trump to be the catalyst. This is all conjecture on my part, but it is just a feeling that I have had for quite a while. Mike from around the world had a dream, I think over 10 years ago, but I am not sure on the timing, and I believe it was also a recurring dream, that a high official was in a casket which was resting on something looking like a Capitol building veranda outside. In any case, thousands of people were incensed, angry, furious, and rioting over the event with the man in the casket. I have mentioned before that they will use dark matter to cause riots and civil unrest around the country. The Lord has told us in a recent previous message that our country would be divided from the United States of America to the Republic of America, and also the New Madrid Fault would widen by the Mississippi River several times, causing the ocean to come inland and separate one side of our nation from the other. He also said we would be safe where He has placed us here in New Mexico in the mountains. In addition to this, we understand that when civil war breaks out here, which Jesus said would happen, that we would be attacked with nuclear bombs from, I believe, Russia. We have seen this many times in the past, hitting Chicago, New York City, Miami, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Seattle. Jesus told us that these cities were marked for destruction. Our Lady also said that the bombs would happen simultaneously with civil war and unrest, along with violent earth changes, inland flowing seas, and mountains being flattened, valleys being lifted, and islands disappearing. This is truly an apocalyptic series of events unfolding, just as they are written in the book of Revelation. It was also told to us by the Lord that we would be two different countries, the Union of America and the Republic of America, two separate governing systems. I am telling you this, dear ones, so that you will pray for our Donald, that he will survive these attacks against his life and live to govern the new republic as it rises from the ashes. Oh, dear ones, please pray very hard for him. Pray that God will spare him and that it will be a dummy in that coffin, if that is what the coffin represented. I want to say that Ezekiel saw Donald and Melania taken up in the rapture, and I would like to clarify something for you. It is true that it appears that he is associated with Habab, because he signed the Noahide law into being. I would like to clarify something about Habab, and that is simply is that, from my understanding, they are the Jewish elite that run the world, and this is something that I learned from Israeli News Live with Stephen Ben Danoon, a very, very reliable source for information. The law states that anyone that worships an intermediate person other than God is to be condemned to death by beheading. That means all of us Christians, because Jesus Christ is a mediator between them and God. This is how they are going to behead Christians. Islam has only one God. So does Judaism. But all the rest of the religions have multiple gods, and they will be executed. Now, I believe Donald had to sign that law into being as part of the rules to stay in his position of power. But I also believe that he signed it because he knew well there would no longer be an America as it is, but that it would be divided and that law would be rejected in the Republic of America. God is going to have a remnant, the America Republic. So if you see Donald signing any documents that are questionable, I believe that it is only because he must maintain his position. But he knows full well all these satanic laws will come down after the Civil War. By the way, we are not called to bear arms, but to bear rosaries and prayer and trust God to provide a safe place for us, as well as pray for the goodness of God to triumph in this land. He promised that there would be protected areas where the refuges were. Well, I just wanted to catch you up and ask that you pray with all your heart that Donald will be spared. Please pray also that those who are working for the dark hats would go deeper in their thinking and research and see that this order is really the creation of Satan, looking good on the outside, but will be used to create a Nazi-like society that is against God. Nothing good can come from this, but at first glance it looks like the remedy for all our ills. Please pray these young ones will go much deeper in understanding about what they have signed on for. And when I say young ones, I mean even in their 40s. They do not realize what is behind this force, that it is not good. Well, the Lord bless you and keep you, dear family. Let us keep these things in our awareness, but dance and sing to the Lord, loving and keeping Him company in anticipation of heaven and the wonderful place He has prepared for each of us. The Lord bless you, dear ones, and thank you for your prayers and support.